Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of I'm Not on the Camera. Another edition of The Good News with...
Curly.
God damn, he hits that one line well. And Hughes. Was it in Irish?
Sláinte.
Sláinte. Sláinte.
Is that how I
Fucking
sound?
peace wall. Sláinte, baby. It's episode 4. That probably
Still here.
clipped. How you feeling?
Feeling pretty damn good.
Do you want to hear about the stats for this week?
Yes, here.
26 views at last time I looked in.
Ooh.
6 fucking subscribers.
Actually, 7 subscribers.
7 subscribers.
Yeah.
When did you check?
Very recently.
Oh, go on. Do you know how many we had last week?
0.
0 subscribers last week. 7 whole subscribers.
That's a 600% increase.
That didn't just make my day. That made my whole week. Ay. So, yeah.
We got some fans.
We got some fans. We got people watching this shit. Jack Spencer, I fucking see you. Watch the whole thing. Nick, my brother, sat down with his missus, watched the whole damn thing.
Wow.
Liked, it kind of was like a podcast that was specially designed for her, right? Because we talked about him. We talked about her boyfriend. Maybe they're not putting labels on it, but her boyfriend. And we also talked about Kerry, where she's from. So it was like we purpose-built a podcast just for her, which is great. So if you're watching this week, this one hopefully will have nothing to do with you at all. You've been covered now, so
Goodbye.
thanks for the subscription. Fuck off. You had a good week?
Please keep supporting us. Yeah,
Don't support us.
It's been a great week.
I just want to say to every single one of our 7 subscribers, fuck you and the horse you rode in on. Unsubscribe right now. I don't want to be big. I've had a taste of fame this week and I don't like it.
This is like that scene from Anchorman where someone gets a hold of the teleprompter and is like, fuck you, San Diego.
Go fuck yourself, San Diego. Right, yeah, what's your week been like?
Yeah, it's been pretty good. Today is Tuesday, right? So the week is only just beginning.
We usually shoot on a Thursday,
Yeah, we do.
so this is weird.
Which is strange,
This
right?
is Tuesday vibes.
But the weekend, it was a bank holiday weekend, which was pretty cool. I had 2 shows where I get my willy out, which was a lot of fun.
Levi said you done it at like 2 doors down from his house.
Yeah,
Was that this week?
That was, yeah.
Tell me about that show.
Oh, it was fucking...
Oh, tell the ladies and gentlemen at home what you do for a living as well.
So one of the things I do for a living is take my clothes off for money. I'm a male stripper with the Dream Boys.
Fucking slut.
Yeah, and how it's mad how I got into that was working as a doorman in a gay bar, and one of the guys came over, and
It's like, nice dick, bro.
well, essentially, like
Really?
pretty much, yeah. So they used to do the show across the road in a place called Pulse, and I was working in King's, which is an amazing bar here in Cardiff, and he came over and like because it's a gay bar, as a man you get used to gay men looking you up and down, you know, that's just part and parcel of it. Weirdly enough, it's actually made me a lot more empathetic towards women, because I'm like, so this is what it's like to be objectified, huh? Looked at it like a piece of meat. And
You didn't love being objectified. Did you have a nice piece on
yeah,
it?
it's like I didn't love it, I didn't hate it. It was just like, that's what that's like. It was just a new experience to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, he walks over and he was this very metrosexual guy, like really like looked after himself, like manicure, all the rest of that crack. And he didn't even say hello to me. He just walked in and he came back out then, and I was like leaning up against the door, and he starts like side-eyeing me like this, and I noticed him and I'm like, hey man, are you okay? And he didn't say, hi, nice to meet you, my name is so-and-so. He was just like, you ever thought about stripping, bro? And I was like,
So you didn't know you were a dancer?
no, he didn't. And I was like, no, like, I was like, no, I didn't initially say like, no, I didn't, never thought about stripping. I was just like, oh man, like, I'm not, like, I thought he was trying to
Not
suck
my
my
game.
cock or something like that.
Yeah.
I thought he was trying to come on to me. I was like, no, I'm not into the guys that like women. He was like, no, don't get it twisted. He was like, I'm with the Dream Boys. We're looking for another dancer. And I was like, what the fuck is the Dream Boys? Because like, that's not a thing in Ireland. You know what I mean? Obviously there's male strippers, but like, there's no like,
Dream Boys.
there's no Dream Boys, you know what I mean? And he was like,
You touched my knee.
ooh. And he was like,
Tell me more,
come
Dream
over,
Boy.
come over to the show next week and see what it's all about. And naturally enough, I went over and they had like a drag queen. The boys did their solos. I was like, this is fucking sick. So yeah, that's how I got into it.
I went to watch the show a little while ago. I went to watch the Dream Boys. So I feel like, and I haven't actually questioned you on this. Did you intentionally not show your cock to the corner I was sitting in?
Yeah, because my fucking mother was there.
Yeah, she was. So I was like craning my neck because I was like, I'm here for one reason and one alone, to see what kind of piece my best mate's working with.
You can come again, man.
Mate, I caught like profile. So I didn't quite see it, but I saw its shadow.
Yeah.
You're working with something.
Like I said, man, come again, just without my mother, and you'll get to see the whole shebang.
Do you know my favorite thing was actually? I was gonna say my favorite thing was watching your mum watch you strip, but that wasn't it. So my fiance and your mum's favorite thing was watching me watch you strip.
Oh, bro, you were a whole vibe that night. I was, even when I wasn't performing, I was at the side of the stage helping the boys and stuff. I was just watching you, because you watched Jamie as well, who's like a mutual friend of ours, and just seeing you being like, yeah, that's my boy Jamie. Like, you were going ham. You know what I mean? Like,
Mate, I was thrilled.
Yeah, like there was. It was quite cool to see like the support, because like it's mad when I suggest this to like friends of mine, they're like, oh fucking that's gay or whatever, but it's actually quite wholesome in a way. Like there's a lot of female empowerment, like it's a funny show.
Mate, it was
the drag is
super
hilarious.
fucking funny.
Yeah,
because I was like, that's my fucking boy right there.
Yeah, man, it's a good vibe there. It's not what you'd expect.
I'd love turning to your brother as well, because I rolled with Jamie at MMA once.
Yeah.
And I love nudging your brother and being like, you see that guy with his fucking massive cock out on stage? I fucking wrestled that guy. I fucking wrestled the fuck out of that guy.
That was something I forgot as well, that like it was you, your fiance Kat, Sheila, my mom, and my brother Tom. Like you were all at the show. It was like a family type of thing.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, but like I remember my brother coming up to me, because I was the opening act. He came up to me at the break, and he was like, Chris, man, I couldn't be more proud of you. And I was just like, wow, it took me taking my clothes off and 26 years of existence for you to be proud of me, Tom. Jeez. Thanks, bro. Appreciate that. But like, he didn't mean it in a way like that. He was just like, oh man, like I see how much work you put into it and stuff like that.
The thing I found funny as well is everyone else, every other stripper there got the memo that you didn't get, but I actually loved you for it, and it made your act even better. But everyone else there was like, these girls want 30 seconds of dancing and then they want hard dick. And that's what they supplied.
Yeah.
And you were like, I've been dancing. I was born to dance. Since I was 5-year-old, I've been dancing.
Oh,
so you gave them the fucking, like, there was a rumba, there was a tango, there was dance moves left, right, and center. We got through 4 tracks before I even saw your upper thigh. But people were eating that shit up. I don't know if it was like intentional to give them a long tease, but you were like, I've got the skills.
Well, like for
and
me,
I'm going to use them.
Like, it's a 15-minute routine. I think people hear about it and they think, like, you just get up there, take your clothes off and show your cock. But it's like, it's actually a long, like, it's a long set. You know what I mean? You're like, if you think you're just going to go up there and just take your clothes off, like, that is
what Jamie did.
I mean, yeah, but like,
throw no shade at Jamie. Jamie walked out there and then walked round in circles on the stage with his dick out for 10 minutes and killed like Chappelle in the fucking Comedy Store.
I helped him with
he went
his routine
down well. Cause no, I know you helped him, but he didn't have any dance moves. His move was
he's not a dancer.
Walk to the stage, power stance, point in the air, and then like, where am I going to do that next? Who knows? That's the fun. It was fucking awesome, man.
Yeah. But like,
it's so much fun.
With my routine, it was like, I'm trying to tell a story with it. Like, Joe, I'm trying to make people laugh, make people smile. Like, it's not just like, because when I first got into it, I took it very seriously. I was like, oh, I need to be sexy. But it's like, no, you just need to entertain.
Yeah.
You're an entertainer. You're a showman. Like, that's, I remember watching another guy, Rory, do it. And like, this motherfucker had a 13-inch cock. Yeah. So in my head, I was like, oh, he's like using that as a literal crutch. But also, he was a showman. Like, he had the crowd eating out of the palm of his hand before he even saw his cock. No, before he even saw his cock. Like, he was able to, like, properly entertain. You know what I mean? And, like, that's what I took from it. I was just like... And actually, it tied in nicely with comedy. Because, like, in comedy, you have to entertain. You have to be a showman of sorts.
Yeah.
And as long as I let people left that show with a smile on their face and they're like, I made them laugh. Like, like, it sounds weird, but, like, the best part of my routine for me now is when I do, like, a bit where, like, it's like a funny part, it's a funny song, and the people are laughing. I'm like, people shouldn't be laughing at you taking your clothes off, but like,
you want people entertained.
Yeah, I just want to entertain. That's all it comes down to. Obviously, there's sexy parts, there's dancey parts, and stuff like that. But like before, my original routine, like, it was very serious, and that's not me. Like, I'm a silly guy.
Yeah.
Like I want it to be funny. I want people to laugh.
I only had 2 notes for you from that show.
Hmm.
Do you remember what they are?
I don't think so. No.
Tighter trousers.
Oh yeah, tell you.
You can't be walking. You need to be busting out those trousers.
Mm.
That's what I wanted to
They
see.
rip. You see.
Was that?
They rip.
What do you
They're
mean?
too tight. They rip.
Okay, maybe don't go too tight, but I want to be
Tight-ish.
able to clearly see the outline of your ass and dick when I watch that show.
Fair enough.
And the other thing was, bro, get some shoe polish.
Shoe
You
polish.
gotta polish them shoes, man. You gotta come in looking fly. You gotta
Yeah.
can't be coming in looking like you're on the way to court.
Fair
Nah,
point.
but on the real, it was brilliant. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think I really appreciate and admire the way you go about making your money to make ends meet. Because you're like, I'm not going to go do something boring or dull. You're like, I'm going to find shit that interests me, and that's going to make it meet.
The thing is, right, the reason why I gravitated towards it was because it terrified me. Similar to comedy, similar to martial arts. Like, I felt so much fear in relation to it. Like, when it was first propositioned, because I worked at the bar where it was being done. Like, so all these people are going to see me fucking bollock naked. And that, like, scared me. But I was like, I'm almost like a moth to the flame.
You run towards that
I
shit.
run
didn't you?
towards it because I recognize now in my life, like, and I don't know, maybe there's something wrong with me, but like, I look at fear as if it's like a signpost in the road and it's directing me towards a mountain. And then on the other side of that mountain is a better version of me.
Yeah.
Like, I know I'm going to grow through the process of facing this fear. It's like Carl Jung, the philosopher, says, he's like, the cave you fear to enter has everything you seek.
You never just Carl Jung'd me about stripping, did you?
Yeah,
Because that is, I don't know how to make it funny, but that is at its core hilarious. That there's, when you talk to Christopher for 5 minutes about stripping, he's dropping Jung. He's like, Nietzsche says, fucking, tie your cock up and make it longer. That's hilarious. But I will say, one of the reasons that I was drawn to you as a best friend, because we are best friends. That's why we make podcasts together, because we genuinely enjoy each other's company. But one of the things that drew me to you is that at my core, I am a giant pussy, and I really wanted to emulate, and I wanted to be around that energy that just sees something scary and goes, I'm gonna run straight at it. It's fucking crazy.
It's
But I
oddly
love it.
masochistic in a way.
Yeah, it's
Because
fucking
it's
weird.
like, a lot of the things I do before I'm about to do them, I'm filled with so much self-doubt, so much anxiety, so much nervousness. And like I remember my first comedy gig, I was in the back room of Glee looking at myself in the mirror. There was about 400 or 500 people out there, and about 20 of them were like my friends and family. And I was looking at myself in the mirror and I was like, why do I do this to myself? And then I was like, talk to myself like, you can go home. You don't have to do this. Your family will still love you. They'll fucking rip you to pieces, but they'll still love you. You know what I mean? It's like, you don't have to put yourself through this. And then as soon as my name was called, it's like a switch. Like with performing, with the stripping, like I've been doing it almost 3 years now. I know the last 2 years with lockdown don't count, but like I've been doing it since 2019. And like every time before I go on, I'm back there like, I'm not that sexy. I can't dance. Why am I doing this? Like, why am I putting myself through this? But as soon as the music hits and as soon as I step on that stage, it's like, it is like a switch, like a persona. Like, I'm not Chris Curley anymore. I'm fucking Irish Dragon or Dr. K or whatever persona it is I am that night. Like, whatever outfit I got on, that's who I am. And it's the same with the comedy. Like, before I used to take it so personally and I was attached to it and I was just like, oh, this is who I am. And in a way, it's actually, you're more vulnerable doing comedy because, granted, I'm physically naked on stage when it comes to like stripping, but like my physical body isn't who I am. That's just a vessel. That's just a vehicle. Whereas like with comedy, like I've written this down, I've practiced this, I've learned this, I've performed this. It's like, it feels like it's a part of me, and you're naked spiritually on stage. It feels like, but now I'm getting to a point where like I can separate and be like, oh, this is a persona. This is a comedy persona. This isn't who I actually am. So if it goes well, I don't get like attached to that because it can big you up. But if it doesn't go well, I'm like, I'm still an okay person. I'm not like a piece of shit because no one laughed.
Yeah.
And then like you were saying that earlier about like with music and the drums, your identity was so congruent
Oh my God,
into
let me
it.
get into that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Be
for
like, good
years.
segue.
For years, I fucking tied myself. So I've been playing the drums since I was 6 years old. I'm sure the fucking 7 listeners know exactly about that because I talk about it all the time. I'm looking at you, am I? No, I'm not going to look straight at you. That'd be weird. I'm going to look at myself in the laptop just to make sure I still look rad. I did a button down as well because you want to get a little bit of that chest here. Get that in there. But yeah, I've been drumming since I was 6. I've been in band since I was 12. I've had 0 breaks from band. I've gone band, all the way through. I've had success in bands. Johnny Cage and the Voodoo Groove was the wildest round. Was the wildest ride. But my most recent project, Black Elvis, finished on the weekend with a fucking gig outside the Welsh Parliament, Senedd, with the maddest equipment. We absolutely killed. But I realised that after that gig that I was so done because I put so much of myself, my personality was attached to my musical career, and I had a realisation that except for when I'm absolutely in flow state on the drums, which does happen often, I don't love it anymore. I don't want to do it. Like, I don't like travelling to gigs. I don't like rehearsing. And I realised in that last bit of the set that I was absolutely killing. And there's nothing lacking in my ability. The thing that's stopping me succeeding at the drums was giving a fuck. I don't know where this point is going, actually. It's sounding much better in the pub.
No, like, it was the whole thing about, like, when you identify with something where it's like, I am a drummer rather than I play the drums.
I play the drums.
There's a separation there. You know what I mean? Because when you associate yourself with something where, like, before, like, I used to say, I am a dancer. And if dance didn't go well, I would be like, oh, me as a person is a failure. But it's like, no, it's just something I do. It's an expression of my being. My being is something much bigger. It's all encompassing of the things I do. That's why, like, I won't say to people, like, people often say, oh, you're a stripper. It's like, no, that's something I do. I strip. It's not who I am. You know what I mean? Because I do multiple things.
I strip, therefore I am.
But like, but it's one of those ones where it's like, to have that separation and not be so attached to it is actually more beneficial for your state of mind, and also ironically for that path, for that career, because when you have that separation, you put less pressure on yourself. You're like, this is just something I am doing, not something that I am. I am a human being. Like, I am all these other things, like, and these are aspects of me, but it's not all that I am.
I think the thing I realised was that I don't lack talent. I was on that stage and I was thinking, this is the last time you're going to do a gig for a long time. Let's really air it out.
Yeah.
And, you know, like LeBron starts going for dunks and shit. I was like that. I was like, I'm going to go and try and do everything I can. And there's nothing that I desire to do on a drum kit that I can't make happen. And I know some people could play drums their entire life and never experience that. But I realized it's not where my passion is. I don't listen to music. I don't like making it that much anymore. I loved it. I love the band. I love the people involved with the band. And I love those magic moments. But I realized I watch comedy all day. And to be honest, to the 7 people watching, I would much rather at this point in my life be an average podcaster, a below average podcaster, and a terrible comedian. Because that is where my fucks lie. My fucks are not with drumming anymore. Maybe they will be in future. But this is what I want to be doing. And making people laugh on stage is what I want to be doing. And I think it's a courageous move to take, because I could carry on being an above average drummer and killing at gigs. Because I do. I lay it the fuck down. But instead, I'm going to go bomb in front of people in comedy. And I'm going to make a podcast that 20 people watch, rather than make music that way more people will see, because my heart's actually here. I want to fucking talk shit. So yeah, basically that's it. Also, Kat said that when I sit back in my chair, it makes me look like I'm way shorter than you. I would like to point out that Chris is 5'6" and I'm 6'4". So
I'm actually 4'11".
Chris 4'11". I'm 7'2".
Yeah, I'm actually one of those mythical creatures in Ireland. They call them leprechauns.
Oh, really?
There's actually a hot take on this by Blind Boy.
A hot take on leprechauns?
A hot take on leprechauns,
No such thing exists, surely.
Swear down. So, like, obviously leprechauns are associated with Ireland. It's like a mythological story. And where it stemmed from, apparently, is on these islands that were, like, separate from mainland. So, like, Ireland, Samoa, these kind of places, they suffered a lot from one of two things. They either suffered from dwarfism or giganticism. So you notice now people in Samoa, they're fucking massive. Yeah. Even the women. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's in their fucking potatoes or what's in their water. But
I don't know what's in their potatoes.
They're fucking
Try
huge.
To be more Irish, bro.
But the thing is, right? The thing is, like, in Ireland, they came over and they saw that the people were like really small, like smaller than average. So, like, that's where the whole like leprechaun thing come from. They were small people that were like hoarding gold, and they coined this term leprechauns.
We call them Jews everywhere else. Speaking as a Jewish man, that's fine to say. Also, at this point in proceedings,
Good news.
we haven't told people the good news. So let's line ourselves up for the news tick. Because our plan was, when we originally came up with this podcast, we wanted to be like a news desk. So we were going to wear suits.
We will.
But Chris has come as the help 2 weeks in a row, so that's gone to either wayside.
You should be chopping timber.
I fucking do, man.
All right.
With my dick. So I don't think my good news is very good this week because I was in the pub and I couldn't
focus.
I couldn't give a fuck. But you start with your good news is.
Okay. Good news, Andy.
Yes.
This week, a rescue dog saved a man by sniffing out his cancer. So next time you see Max with his nose around my balls, mind your damn business.
I like that one. 8. Very good.
I was going to say licking my balls, but I thought that bestiality.
Did you pussy out of ball licking?
I did, yeah, because I felt like it was coming on too hot out the gate. Like
Coming too hot? I would have given it a 9 if you'd licked your balls. So
Good to know
this
for
is the
future.
first of my terrible good newses. I'm really not confident about this. I don't think this has a punchline. It just kind of tails off. But I feel like maybe, once I've read it to you, we could like workshop it maybe, throw it back and forth. See, because I remember in the first show,
stop.
I made
me, just put it in. All right.
No, I remember in the first show we said we had that joke about the Commonwealth Games, and you came up with Steal Your Wealth Games,
Yeah.
and that made that joke.
It was good.
So I'm hoping the same thing happens here. So good news. The cost of living crisis is kicking in, with thousands facing the heating or eating dilemma. One Tory MP this week actually advised to poor people to cuddle their dogs when the weather turns. I'm excited about this policy. Where does it end? Kiss your cat? Finger your parrot? Make sweet love to your chinchilla? The mind boggles.
That's actually good. I don't know why you
You
thought
reckon?
it was it, yeah.
I didn't feel like it went anywhere. But it's
What was
kinda
it?
funny.
Finger your cat or finger your parrot?
Kiss your cat, finger your parrot, make
Nice.
sweet love to your chinchilla.
I like that.
Cool. What are you giving out of 10?
7.
I'll take a 7.
Made me laugh.
I thought it was going to be a 4, bro.
No, it was fucking good. I
All right,
liked it.
you go, man. Let's have number 2.
I just like the image of parrot getting fingered.
Me too.
Why, that says a lot about me, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
In global news, Alzheimer's memory loss reversed in mice after scientists discover method to form new brain cells. In global news, Alzheimer's memory loss reversed in mice after scientists discover method to form new brain cells.
I mean, 9. Because the 10's got to be something that's going to kill me. But mate, that is brilliant.
Do you see what
That's the
I?
best one yet.
Do you see what I wrote as well?
Pause and repeat. That was really good, man.
It's with
I'm gassed about that one. That's a fucking that's solid. Alright, I'm not sure about this one either. I can't even remember what I wrote. Oh yeah, I wrote a terrible pun. Good news, Gravy Wrestling has returned this week. The Rose and Bowl Pub hosted their first edition since 2020 because of the COVID lockdown. I've always loved this sport. You could say I've been a fan from ladle to grave.
Oh.
Because that's what you used to make gravy.
The grave. You just said ladle to gravy.
Ah, it was right there. It was right there. But yeah, I think that was a terrible one. But go on, give you
It
a
definitely
6.
has potential.
It had potential, but
Yeah.
it just wasn't finished.
5.
Thanks. Oh, I thought it was a 6. All right, go ahead.
And finally, a new detection system could save sperm whales from ship strikes. My question is, why have these ships been targeting fat sluts?
What? I didn't even register that. A new
Sperm
detection
whales.
system. I like it. That has potential. That's not a finished joke, but that has a lot of potential.
Yeah.
Sperm whales.
That's me.
I like the idea of combining like harpooning and spooning as well. So my third good news went off the rails quite a lot. Good news, Chris. Oh my God, that couple behind us in the pub are now giving each other the hickeys.
Fuck's sake.
I can't concentrate and write a good joke. What the fuck? because we were in the pub and you were trying to ignore them, but they were fucking amazing.
I literally blocked him out.
Did you see the hickey?
I didn't see the hickey. I saw him. Andy turned to me, right? I'm writing at this point, and Andy's like giggling away to himself, and he's just like, Chris, look over there, look over there. I was like, I really don't want to look. I look, and I see this fucking guy sucking the neck of this poor girl, as if he was a vampire, and it was the last drop of blood.
Mate, it was horrendous. So I saw it all because I could actually
The look
see
on her
them from
face
where I
was
sat.
what scared me the
It
most.
was, mate, it was like contented weirdness.
Oh, she was like,
She was like,
uh,
and she was not a pretty girl.
oh,
No.
come on.
Not a pretty girl.
The type of face a mother could love, do you know what I mean?
Not mine. Not mine. Yeah, if my daughter comes out looking like that, she's going back in. Hanging.
Wow.
But no, I saw the whole thing go down. So 20 minutes earlier, she had slapped her in the face. They had a row.
Yeah.
She'd then come back with 2 4-pint pitchers of blue stuff. They'd then necked the blue stuff. They'd started shifting. The guy had started rubbing her crotch over the trousers.
Didn't spot
And then
that.
when I nudged you, they started giving each other hickeys. And it was the most animalistic display I'd ever seen. In the middle of a Weatherspoons. They weren't in the corner. They just had Steak Club.
Yeah.
Like, I know that the first rule of Steak Club is don't talk about Steak Club. But
Skate club.
Don't talk about Steak Club. But the second rule of Steak Club is don't fucking finger a minger in front of me when I'm having my fucking steak. You like that?
Oh, that's fucking funny.
But yeah, I couldn't write a third joke, so I thought I would just bring a talking point because
Public
wow.
displays of affection, is that the talking point?
Was that little turning? Was that signifying that the good news section is over and we're now
Yeah,
into
it
the
is.
next bit? So we did talk about a serious subject, but are we going to have a serious subject, or are we going to carry on talking about silly things? I don't mind.
I
I'm
think
going to stare
public,
into your eyes lovingly, though. try and make it
public
as
displays of
uncomfortable as
affection is kind of a serious subject, but it's
possible. Public
funny.
displays of affection. Ooh. Ow. That was wrapped around my foot.
Yeah, public displays of affection.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on them?
What are my thoughts?
If they weren't obvious already.
So I can't do PDA anymore because I once got caught in the sixth form common room by the head of year, just because I didn't really know much about sex then. I was like 17 years old, just mashing the inner thigh with my hand of some poor girl in sixth form. She consented, but Miss Spencer walked in and was like, "What are you doing? Stop!" And ever since then, I'm a bit icky on PDA.
Oh, okay.
I was all right with it though because I was batting with this girl, and she would just wanted me to do things to her wherever. She once wanked me off in a jacuzzi. That was weird
Interesting.
because I couldn't. There were loads of like old women around
Yeah.
after I had come in the jacuzzi, and I could just. It was just. I had to sit there until my dick got soft, and I could just see my sperm kind of like bubbling around in there.
Wow.
It was quite. I kept pressing the button to make it jacuzzi go more as well because I didn't want it to sell.
I can imagine like those old ladies trying to make conversation, be like, "Oh, it's a lot of suds and bubbles in here." And you're just like, "Oh yeah."
Thankfully, no one got in, but I know at some point when them old ladies bathed in my cum. It was great though. We like
That turn you on.
a little bit,
Didn't it?
little bit,
of
yeah.
course.
But it was the first time we'd gone on like dates around town, but we hadn't
Oh,
had
what? You went from like little cute dates to
we
you
hadn't had
wanked off
sex
in a
yet,
jacuzzi.
and then she was like, "Oh, I've got this. I got 2 member passes for the Parkway, which was like the spa thing we had, and we just went down there." And it was the first time we'd seen each other like in not much clothes, and she had a pretty skimpy bikini on. I was not always a giant fat guy, so like we go in the wet room, and it was like, let's fucking freak each other off in the wet room. We're in the sauna. Let's have a go at it in the sauna and then give up because it's too hot.
yeah.
And then jacuzzi. But then she wanted to like dry hump in the swimming pool as well, and people were just straight up staring, and it was just
Awkward.
an uncomfortable experience. But yeah, that's why I'm allergic to PDA now because
What age were you when this happened?
16,
Okay.
16, maybe 17.
A lot of hormones going through.
Oh, there's a lot of hormones going on.
Because it's like
I
public.
still had a feeling like it wasn't right though.
But yeah, like public sexcapades are fun, but like you get to a point when you're an adult where like there's certain places where you're just like, yeah, like this isn't like out in nature.
You don't need it.
It's a
as much as
rush.
you do when you were a teenager. Do you want to top up? Or you good?
Nah, I'm great. Yeah, like out in nature, it's like a bit of a rush and stuff like that. But like doing it in a fucking a pool, a public pool.
Mate, if you've never done it before, you're gonna do it wherever you can.
That's what I mean. Like
I
when
was
you're younger,
seething with
when you're younger,
hormones.
you're like, you'll shag a pillow.
There was like a dichotomy of thought in my head as well. Because half of me was like, this is horrible. There's so many people around. I know that nan over there just made eye contact with me. And I'm just going to pretend it didn't happen. And the other half of me was like, don't know when someone's going to touch my pee-pee again. Need to do it right now. Oh my God.
when you held that old lady's gaze, did you climax?
I knew that later she'd be bathing in my cum. So.
Did you look at her and give her like, you know what's happening down below the surface?
Mate, it was actually like a hand job in a jacuzzi is actually fucking lit, man. It's really good.
Yeah, because I suppose you're quite relaxed, aren't you?
Yeah, I was relaxed. I was warm. There's bubbles. One of the bubbles was kind of near my ass crack, and I was kind of digging it. It was all right, man.
That's when you realised you were into butt stuff.
Yeah, I'm not actually. I had my ass eaten once, and I didn't like it very much. It tickles.
Really?
Have you had your ass eaten?
No. I thought you had though.
I've had my ass eaten.
Just the once.
Just the once.
Huh.
On Valentine's Day, actually.
Oh, really?
It was actually, we went out and got hammered. And it was like the 13th. And we came home and like had a bit of scran. Not my ass yet, but soon. And
don't eat too much.
yeah.
Leave some room.
Yeah, and I went and wiped myself down because we've been chatting about ass eating quite a lot as a joke, and it just escalated because we were pissed. And then I started getting my ass eaten, and then I looked at the clock and saw that it ticked over to midnight, and I just turned around and was like, "Hey, happy Valentine's Day!"
Oh man.
Yeah, well, I don't like it. It tickles. It
Fair.
feels good, but you know when it feels a bit too good.
I guess I haven't had my ass eaten, so I don't know.
Maybe the first time someone put both your balls in their mouth at once,
Okay.
and you're like, "Whoa, whoa!" It feels like that.
Okay.
It feels like that, but madder.
That's
It feels
interesting.
more like that than someone fucking hoovering your balls.
Got Henry Hoover on your
It was
balls.
like, oh no! And then the hand job started, and I was like, whoa!
There's a lot going
Oh,
on.
we got onto sex noises anyway.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, man, that was probably the weirdest noise I've made during sex. Was that?
Whoa.
Well, was getting my ass eaten and wanked off at the same time. And I was like, whoa, whoa! And most of probably sounded like an ape. What's your weirdest sex noise? Or did you want to talk about sex noises earlier? You wrote it on a piece of A5 paper. So sex noises.
Yeah, because I had a chat with my girl recently, and she was saying about how I don't know if she said she was reading it or she heard where like it was a couple that called in, or it was a girl that called in, and she was speaking about her boyfriend and how she queefed during sex, and her boyfriend pulled out and was like, "Don't you dare talk back to me."
That's really funny.
Fucking cracked
That's
me up
really
when
funny.
she told me. Oh my god.
Yeah. Just to have a through line from previous podcast and make people watch the third one. Watch the third one called Chucky Allah. Is that how you say it?
Chuckig Arla
Yeah, that's what I said.
means our day will come.
And your lying bitch missus rang me.
Whoa, shots fired.
With a dog. I love you, Corinne. Corrine. She rang me with a dog just to try and prove to me that her dog was actually blue.
And
It ain't blue. It's still not blue. I'm still angry about it. We can never be friends now, Corinne. This is it. It's over.
it's a real nice turn this has taken. A vendetta.
Yeah, this is gonna be a through line that I'm gonna hang on to forever.
You let it go, man.
I'm not gonna let it go. She can't lie to me like this. I thought we were crew, you know.
I suppose the technical term is that it's a blue staff.
It's not. They were lying to you.
What do you mean to me?
Well, the world has lied to you about blue staffies.
Alright.
Is there anything else in the world that's called one colour but is actually something else?
I'm sure there is, but I can't think of anything.
Or is it just staffies?
I don't think so. I think it's other things too.
Okay, I'm gonna stop calling your girlfriend a bitch because every time I do it, I see you go like this a little bit because you're not sure whether she's gonna find it funny or not.
She'll probably find
I
it
want to
funny.
clarify for the team that
She'll find it
I
funny.
fucking love Karen. It was lovely talking to you today, Karen. I didn't realise you called just to show me your dog. I thought you were chatting to Chris, and I just took over the call. I can't just do random call outs to random people, though, can I? I can't just address
We're
one
here
business
now.
specifically.
We're here now. Double down.
Sheila.
God,
No.
you've taken everything I wanted. I'm gonna
Uh,
fight your fucking ass.
So we're at 35 minutes. So new topic, or are we going to say goodbye to our friendly viewers at home?
I think it's a nice note to leave it on. 35, 40 minutes on.
Yeah, well, 35, yeah. Thank you for watching this stream of consciousness bullshit. I mean, the good news with Curly,
And Hughes.
that's not my name.
But you called my name.
Yeah, it's true, I did it wrong.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. So this has been the final episode. Thanks for following us on our journey. It's been amazing. Chris and I are now going to scrap it out. And I'll probably be dead by next one, so it's just going to be bad news with Curly.
It'll
Bad
just be news.
Bad news with Hughes.
It'll be
better.
bad news with you sounds better.
Yeah. Let it always be known that our name would be nothing without my surname. Because in our name, Good News with Kaylee and Hughes, your name rhymes with fucking nothing.
Yeah, but it like rolls off the tongue.
Your name's
Curly.
just there.
Curly's fun.
Your
It's
your name is extra. My name is adding to the rhyming couplet.
Yeah, but your name looks weird. Looks like Hug His.
Okay. You say my name looks weird. Do you know
Yeah.
you actually spell Curly? CURLY.
Nah, it isn't.
Yeah, you spell yours is spelled weirdly. KER. Well, you subscribe to the channel. Any shout outs you want to do this week? Anything you want to do? Anything you need to get off your chest?
Nobody worth.
Oh, I'll tell you what some people do on YouTube. Like, comment, and subscribe. How do you feel about that?
Bit desperate.
Bit desperate, yeah. Don't like, comment, or subscribe.
Bit of
Unsubscribe.
reverse psychology.
Unsubscribe right
And
now.
don't tell your friends.
I hate you all. And fuck off, Google. Fuck off. I didn't ask you. I bet you can't even hear Google just jabbing shit away.
We'll start it in
It's
post.
like a terrible version of Alexa. We're not going to sort it in post. I'm going to press stop recording and just upload the whole file because I haven't learned how to edit yet.
So you're getting seen the unedited raw footage.
Yeah, it's raw. Cat said it was raw the other day. I thought it was kind of like a veiled insult.
Yeah, we're getting people to bite the pillow, going
Yeah.
in dry.
Bite the pillow, we're coming in dry.
Your ass
Tell you
ass
what.
better be self-lubricating.
Lots of podcasts call their audience something specific. Should we call ours the Pillow Biters?
The pillow biters.
Thanks for watching, Pillow Biters. See you next week, you fucking cunts. Bye.